Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. This week, Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer unpacks the decline in coal exports at Richards Bay, Amplats earnings, and de-risking the future of PGMs. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, Sashni.
Now, for a second consecutive year, the Richards Bay coal terminal has reported a decline in coal exports.
Yeah, there have been issues. I mean, there have been situations with the coal mines being in rescue, business rescue. There's also been the weather. And what they say about the weather is there definitely are weather patterns that are worsening. So they're trying to really take steps now to counteract that, and possibly by next year, we could see a difference in coal exports. But the bigger picture in coal, of course, is that India has given us notice that they will not be continuing to import our coal in the long term, and India is a big importer of our coal. If you look at the percentage of where our coal went to in 2019, India and Pakistan took 91%. So that's a massive. It's grown from 81% the previous year. So we can see that if they are saying they're not going to continue to take our coal, and other markets are not emerging. In fact, you see some of the other markets starting to shrink. You look at that coal terminal and you say, wow, this is it's really an example of the way the public sector and the private sector can really work together. And people should go down there and do a study and see how seamlessly the Transnet freight rail goes into the private sector Richards Bay coal terminal, and then the Transnet Port Authority takes over, and they do it brilliantly. They win awards year after year. So it could be an example of what South Africa could follow. In many other aspects, we look at Eskom, for instance, at the moment. There's so many issues there where we need to work together as South Africa Inc. And one of the places where you can learn that lesson is down at Richards Bay Coal Terminal.
And despite the power outages plaguing the country, Amplats has been advised that its earnings were set to soar.
Anglo American Platinum's earnings that they will announce are going to be very, very much higher than last year. They're talking about, huge percentages of up to 151%. They're talking about, earnings of 18 billion and beyond. So it's a fantastic year, and the period of outage would normally have been a big blow, but against the background of the way they're performing now, they've been able to absorb this punch, that they got from Eskom. But not to say they should have got it. We'd have been doing even better, and we need that foreign exchange. We need those exports, and the world is needing a lot of particularly palladium and rhodium at the moment, and this is what helped them. That basket price, not only did they get their production up, but their basket price was up about 38%. So that's all the prices together. And this is the wonderful thing about platinum. You work in one mine and you extract, but when you extract, you're getting a whole basket full of different products. You're getting platinum, which is also, the price is sneaking up there, and you're getting palladium, the price of which is really going into orbit, and rhodium, well, even further. But then there's also iridium, and there's ruthenium, and there's all sorts of smaller products that you get. So it's a very good mining industry to be in, because when the one's doing well, it pays for all the rest. And there's also, coming out of Mogalakwena, there's nickel, so nickel is doing very well as well. So we can see them really benefiting from this, and it's great to have that at this point in time.
And South Africa should be taking advantage of the high price of palladium and rhodium.
Yes, you see, we've got this windfall now coming in, but we should really use that windfall to start promoting a better future and start to de-risk platinum and all the platinum group metals. Because, we look at Tesla continually grabbing headlines. We look at other electrical vehicle producers planning to go ahead. And if you look at that electrical vehicle, it doesn't use any platinum group metals. So, thank goodness it's breaking into the market slowly. And the world is still demanding cleaner air. So, those platinum group metals that are used, palladium and rhodium, and the platinum for diesel, that is going to continue. But, time flies so fast. It really flies fast. And before we know where we are, we could be in a situation where the platinum group metals are at risk. They must make sure now that they get into the hydrogen fuel cell market in a big way. I mean, I'm reading smaller headlines. They're not like the electric vehicle headlines. That's grabbed the main space. And I think also your car is more glamorous than a truck or a bus or a ship. So, you're going to do better in the mainstream media out of that. But there is a tremendous market available for the hydrogen fuel cell. We can see that there are going to be the hydrogen Olympics coming up in Japan. People are going to be traveling around in hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Toyota is building a hydrogen town. So we can see that the Japanese, particularly, they are sold on the new green economy, which is hydrogen fuel cell based, because it is all embracing. It's not like the electric vehicle that needs to be in a smallish car to really work well. You can go into power stations. I mean, you can generate power. You can generate stationary power. You can generate heat. You can drive your cars too. And if you get to a point where there are trucks using it, there are buses using it, there are trams using it, there are trains using it, there are ships using it, that means that the infrastructure is there. It'll soon mean, okay, well, let's just use the cars as well. So that does pose a bit of a threat to the electric vehicle as we know it. But in the meantime, we can't afford to lose this market as South Africa. So there should be a huge promotion. They should be working with companies that are manufacturing electric vehicles that are of the fuel cell vehicle kind, based on hydrogen. They should be close to governments that are embracing this, and many governments are embracing it. Japan is not the only one. Germany is doing it. California is doing it. You see Finland doing it. You see the Scandinavian countries, European countries. They're going for this in a big way. They need to promote it more. They don't get the headlines. And so I think that this period of windfall now should be used to push us further ahead. Also in platinum jewelry, that is the quickest return. If they can put money into that, they can expand it. Of course, the Chinese economy is not that good at the moment, and the coronavirus is not helping things. But we should be looking medium and long term.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.